Hey, what's up YouTube, and welcome to another episode of Chris Glides. Today I'm going to be doing my 1,000-mile review of Storm, which is my 2023 Harley-Davidson Road Glide CVO. I just came back from a trip where I put 700 miles on Storm, and I can't wait to tell you. So I finally made it home and got a little bit of road dirt on this bike to finish breaking it in properly. I have about 1,100 miles on it now, 1,112 or 13 or something like that, but a little bit of bugs and not too bad, but that's because all the bugs were in my face. I have to certainly get a new windshield. But I just love the way this bike performed on the trip. It was pretty exciting to say the least. Bikes this color don't really show dirt that great, so I'm loving it. And that's definitely a positive. So right now, as it sits after the 700-mile trip, the bike has 1,213 miles on it, and it is time for its first service. The bike performed really well after it had the break-in. I did a 500-mile review, but at the time I had like 523 miles, and it was nighttime when I completed the very end of it. And for this trip, I really got to open it up, really got to test the capabilities of the bike, and really got to see all that the bike can do. And I was very impressed, to say the least. I'll tell you this, if you get one of these and you don't want to upgrade anything on the bike, it is fine the way it is. I would just recommend adding that saddlebag guard in case you drop the bike. But other than that, this bike is ready to roll, and that's what it should have been called, the Ready to Roll edition, because it moves effortlessly, and when you look down, you never realize how fast you're really going. The VVT makes the engine a lot smoother, and I regret some of the things that I said about this bike on the test ride and on the 500-mile review and after a few other videos, because I really got into this thing.
Let me know how it rides. Oh, he gonna test drive the shit out this.
I really got into it. I rode this bike like it was the last day on earth, like I stole it, like it was a Suzuki Hayabusa on turbo, as if it was the end of the world, and as if there were no speed limits on any type of road, highway, or curve. And 700 miles of riding that hard was a lot of fun on this bike. I rode it through the canyons, up the hills, in and around sharp curves, blind curves. It was just simply crazy how great this bike handled. I wanted to just go as fast as I could around these curves, but I had cars and another person in front of me, which probably saved me, because I wanted to get really immature in the mountains with this bike. On straightaways, I pushed this to the top speed, as fast as this bike can go without naming what those triple digits are. And you know, you can probably get it up to that speed if you remove the governor, but it felt like it would go every bit of it minus 5 miles of that, so before it tops out. So anyway, yes, this bike handles extremely well. I love the 19-inch wheel in the front compared to any other size. It just works and handles, I think, the best and performs well with this 19-inch front wheel. And even in the rain, it performs well. Even when the road is drying up and when the road is first wet, just using the other mode switches, it does have the rain mode, as you all know, and you engage that by just hitting the mode button right under there. And I had it in touring mode, but the best mode that this bike offers is the sports mode. And in sports mode, it's just ready for anything that the road has to offer. Oh yeah, I did not try the traction control, taking that off. I did use the, I did find it very easy to reuse the cruise control on this bike, as all you had to do was press that button and then just hit set, and then you can go faster or slower by either pushing the button in, or just grabbing some more throttle and then resetting it. Some of the things, a few things happened. I don't know if I didn't close this all the way, but you push it and it connects to the tab pieces in there, and then it locks in place. But that did open one time. Might have been the speed and the bump that I hit, but I don't know. Normally it's pretty secure, so maybe I didn't close it all the way. But that's a good feature. I mean, because even though it looks small in there, I mean,
and when it does, it gets stuck. Now, what do you come up with? You got this shit.
You can fit your whole hand in there up to your wrist, and I don't have small hands, but you can fit your hand in there and get all the way to your wrist, to the back of it, and it looks skinnier, but your phone sits in like the long way and then straight up and down like that, and then there's still room to sit stuff inside. The display screen, when I was under 500 miles riding at night, my buddy Ty was behind me, and his bike has bright lights on it. And when he was on the side of me, it did catch the instrument panel and make it think it was daytime, and it blinded the crap out of me with that bright white screen. So you want to leave it at nighttime. You might want to turn the auto feature off so that doesn't happen to you, just in case there's like a large truck like this one with the high beams, or not high beams, but just the lights at a higher position, that will cause that to engage and throw your night vision off. The bike shifts extremely well. I have a heel toe shifter on this one. I have been seeing more of them with the heel toe shifters right out of the dealership, but I did see where initially I thought that they weren't gonna come with the heel, but I'm seeing in all the dealerships that I saw, I did see that it did come with it. I did the minor suspension adjustment, and this bike comes with the saddlebag travel cases, which I did get to use, and that was convenient. Just dropped it right in, and I still had an extreme amount of space. I took the bag out right now, but this thing has crazy space in it. I was able to fit that in with some covered drinks, and on this side I still had my leather coat. I had this insert and my rain suit, wheel thing, battery charger, and an electric air compressor, and I still have room. Love these bags. I didn't feel like I needed a tour pack at any time of the trip, and the seat wasn't all that bad. It's breaking in. A lot of people are not sure if the seat's gonna break in. It's really warm right now outside, and the seat is getting nice and gushy. When it gets cold, which it did get cold in the mountains, I didn't have any problem. And as far as it having a backrest, this thing works really well on your back without needing the backrest piece. A lot of people are gonna think about switching seats up, but I like the stitching color. You know, it matches the bike well. I like the CVO engraved seat, and even when it was raining, this portion just wiped off really good and pretty much stayed dry. So I'm not changing my seat out. This bike's name is Storm, and even though it has the factory exhaust, it was a blast listening to the cycling of the engine, of the motor engine, whatever you want to call it. This Milwaukee 8 121 with the VVT, it has a unique sound, and I've owned a lot of models of Harley-Davidsons, and this bike runs with a little bit of spirit from each bike. It has spirits of the Revolution Max engine, whereas it gives you the speed and the endurance of the Pan America. And it's quiet like the Pan America, maybe even more quiet. But, you know, I could leave it quiet and just call this bike Quiet Storm, or I could change it. But nonetheless, whatever mechanics they did, I'm kind of scared to change anything. I know putting mufflers on and the air breather is not that big of a change when you put a tune on, but if it's gonna like either rob some power or change something about something on this bike, I don't want anything to change. So I'm gonna start with the slip-ons and put an air breather on, and I'm not too sure if I'm gonna do headers or not, because the way that this bike is machined now, with just the right amount of pressure and combustion and whatever they did to engineer this thing, it is right. At first, my review, I was saying that this bike needs to be woken up or awakened, but whatever mileage I hit and whatever I was allowed to do and the way I was allowed to ride, it's woke now. It is awake. So the beast has awakened, and I'm loving it. I was talking about Grady being a 131 with the stage 4, how fast it is, but when I got into this, cover your ears, Grady, I felt like this bike, being the 121 and the setup that it is, that it would do better than Grady. So yeah, I kind of felt like it may overperform this bike here, but this bike does sound good and it rides hard. So I don't know, maybe I would go jump on this one today and press it to the max and see how much adrenaline I can get. I think a lot of adrenaline and performance you feel on a bike also comes with how it sounds when you're in the bike. And as quiet as this bike is, for me to get this type of rush and adrenaline off a bike this quiet is amazing. I feel like now if I do put some kind of sound where I can get some audible feedback, oh my God, I can't imagine how it's gonna be. So guys, this is my 1,000-mile review. Without getting too crazy long, my 1,000-mile review, I'm gonna give this bike an A+. Good job, Harley, on this machine here. Oh man. And all I got was comments on the headlight when I rode at night, and when I was riding during the day, people passing by when we stopped. Everybody hates the light at first, but when they see it on and the bike moving, they love the headlight. All right, that's the last thing I'm gonna say until we get another mileage review on this thing. Thanks for watching. Chris Glides. Please get your friends to watch my channel and get them to subscribe. I need some more subscribers, you guys. Thanks for the ones that I have, but I need some more. All right, guys, more content to come. Thanks for watching.